All right, so this is it on a very windy day. This is the last regular season poll. After this, there's no more polls. There will be one final poll, but no more regular seasons. That will be when all the games are done, right after the national tournament. I will reevaluate some teams. I will look at some of the things that I possibly rated wrong. But this weekend, I will release the Who's In, Who's Out final show for the teams that I think will be in the Division 2, the things that will be in the Division 1, and there will be two different shows, okay? I know I've done them together, but this will be two different ones because obviously it's the last one of the year, okay? But here are the last season ratings.
So there we go. Here's the last week. Johnson and Wales continues the slide down, but they have the strongest strength of schedule, moved down one spot, but it's a team that maybe with the games that they have left, they can still make it to a national championship. My favorite, most pixelated logo is back. Unranked Southern Maine Community College, perfect week against a very solid opponents, and they're back in the rankings, 2 games away from a 500 record. Albany College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences keeps the same rating, no games played last week. It's still a very solid yearly record, and they're within an earshot of getting a national berth. Maybe a few more wins needed for them to make it. Penn State University Lehigh Valley moved down a spot, split the week, 1 win, 1 loss. Yearly record still fairly solid, strength of schedule very good, and now comes the Penn State Athletic Conference, and should be a good one. So many teams ranked right now from that conference. Talk about that conference. Next one, Penn State University New Kensington, 2 games played, 2 wins, yearly record, fantastic. And now they're one of the favorite teams that could take down the tournament at the end of 2 weeks from now. Penn State Beaver, rough week, 2 games played, 2 losses, yearly record still fairly solid, has had several wins against tough opponents, but they need to close down the year strong and have a good showing at the Penn State Conference tournament. Next one, another Penn State University team, Greater Allegheny, perfect weekly record, yearly record fairly solid, strength of schedule really good. Another team that needs a strong PSU conference show. 5 Times College, the team with the second best strength of schedule, not the yearly strength of schedule, but the actual opponents that they play. Perfect week, 2 games, 2 wins, and very close to the 100 mark. Berkeley Knights, 1 game play, a loss, but since they are one of the top teams in strength of schedule and have had a fairly good showing against top teams, they keep the number 2 spot, and they are the first team to get to 100. Not the only team, because the team with the highest yearly strength of schedule points, Penn State Brandywine, have been number 1 all year, 2 games played, 2 wins. They're the team with the most amount of wins in the entire Division 2, and they finished number 1 overall. This is where it gets really interesting. Carlo, it's a team that they have a few games left. They gotta win all of them to have a chance at the national tournament, but they have the number 1 strength of schedule of any teams in the entire country. They just had a brutal schedule. Do you build another team with a very strong strength of schedule? They play 1 game. They had a 1 loss, a yearly record under 500, but the strength of schedule keeps them in the running. Same thing for the next team, Mississippi University for women. They split the week, 1 week, 1 loss, yearly record over 500, yearly strength of schedule pretty solid, but they moved down one spot. So Carlo Duville and Mississippi University of Women all moved down one spot from last week. But the biggest move down is University of Maine Fort Kent, not because they don't have a good record. They got the most wins out of anybody in the country. It's just that the strength of schedule is one of the lowest overall. They play another game, they got another win, but this is a team that definitely can win it all this year. And our only newcomer, Quinn College, they have a very good show. They split the week, 1 loss. Yearly record, it's really good, and they're playing a very strong opponents, and that's what made them move from 12 all the way up. Here is number 5, B&S Syracuse, the only team in the entire country that has not lost a game. 7 wins, 1 tie yearly record. Strength of schedule pretty good. They would be number 1, but they haven't played a lot of games, so they haven't accumulated points. Here is B&S Albany, 1 game, 1 loss. Their current yearly strength of schedule keeps them up. They moved down 1 spot, or they traded with the following university, who moved up 1 spot after a good showing this week. University of St. Thomas Houston, 1 win, 1 tie. Yearly record really good in one of the toughest conferences in the country. A team that should be in the national championship, challenging for a title. And another team that should be there, that had a not so great week, St. Mary of the Woods College. Their yearly record fantastic. Their strength of schedule really good. Number 3 overall out of all the programs, Division 1 and 2. And for the 1th gazillion week in a row, Florida National University, strongest strength of schedule, strongest opponents play all year. Them in Carlo University, and they finish as the regular season number 1 team. So lots of movement this week. Florida National University finishes number 1, but Penn State Brandywine overtook St. Mary's. St. Mary's got a loss this week. Penn State Brandywine got 2 wins, and they overtake them. Berkeley College, New Jersey, they had a loss, but they still keep the same rating. 5 Towns College almost overtook both Berkeley and St. Mary, with 2 wins this week. University of St. Thomas Houston is the biggest mover this week to number 6. After that, you got Penn State University Greater Allegheny, Penn State University Beaver moving down a spot. B&S College Albany moved down several spots, and the only new team, B&S College Syracuse, which is coincidentally the only team in Division 1 and 2 that have not lost a game. They just don't have a lot of games played, and you accumulate points based on the games that you play. If they had 10 games, could be number 1 overall.
So that's it, no more. All right, no more regular season. You got the whatever games you got in your schedule this week, that's it. And after that, the selection committee has to choose the teams that are there. Hopefully won't be this windy, but now, if you're a player in the USCAA, you gotta go earn it. If you are a recruit, go contact all these teams. The contact information is in the description. Some of them, yes, you might want to be part of a team that can win for a national championship. All of them can be part of a national championship. My very first year at WU Tech, we went 6, 10, and 1. Okay, losing season. After that, winning season every year. 3 years later, we were national champions. 4 years later, we were national champions without losing a game. If you want to play in college soccer, contact these USCAA coaches. All of them are very good. The league is much tougher when I was a coach at it. So go contact them, and if you're a team playing, best of luck to you in the national tournament.